The one thing when I look back that makes me feel like that was worth doing is whether I've successfully, which I haven't always, managed to ask myself these two questions whenever I'm doing it. What would this look like if it was more of an adventure? And what would this look like if it was more fun? Now, I'm not saying stop doing it. Like, you're running 100 miles. What would this look like if it was more fun? Stop running. Like, that's not happening.
Home.
Yeah, go home. But like, it forces you by asking those. So, let's say you've signed up to run 100 miles, or you want to do a 100-miler. Now you ask yourself, right, what would I need to do to make this more of an adventure? And that could be like, well, let's do one in a different country.
Yep.
Let's do one where I've never been before. So that's adding adventure to it. And the second one was, what would I need to do to make it more fun? Because you will genuinely perform better. Like, if you are happier, more smiley, what would this look like? Make it more fun. And it could be something stupid like, right, well, I'm going to have a bag of Haribos, and every mile I'm going to have one Haribo. Like, it's just a bit of daftness, right? So when I cycled across Europe, I asked myself, well, what would this look like if it was more of an adventure? But I actually had asked myself that. I was like, right, I want to break a cycling world record. Now, there's tons I could do. I could do one in Britain again, but I was like, right, actually, I want to do one that's quite adventurous across Europe. That's 2,000 miles of the whole of Ukraine and 1,200 miles into Russia. So the halfway point was the Ukrainian border. I'm like, well, that's adventurous. Right.
It is,
tick.
yes.
Okay,
It
tick.
is.
I've done that one. And then I actually forgot about the fun thing. And on the first couple of days, I was just miserable. I was like, I'm getting 4 hours sleep. I'm on busy roads with trucks in Spain and Portugal. And then I was like, I've forgotten the fun again. Like, what would this look like if it was fun? I was like, I need to find a mascot. Like, it was just something stupid. So I was like, I'm going to find a mascot. I don't know what it is. And then, like, literally a few hours later, there was a dead dog carcass, bleached white over years and years of being bleached in the grass. And I felt sorry. I was like, wow, that's it. I'm going to grab this dog skull, strap it to the front of my handlebars. And now it's just silly. Now it's a silly, stupid little thing. And I'm going to have conversations with Pedro, I called him. And I'm going to take a dead animal across international borders and see what happens. And weirdly, by just doing that one random thing of like, I'm not taking this too seriously. I'm trying to find the lighthearted funness in it. My performance went up. You can actually physically see my performance. Like, I mean, performance going up for me is only doing 5 miles more a day. But like on those records, that's quite big.
Yeah, adds up. Yeah.
Because I actually only broke that record by 20 minutes a day.
Wow.
So I just clawed back 20 minutes a day on the record, which you can lose. Traffic lights. If you're doing like through urban city, you easily lose 20 minutes of traffic lights. So yeah. Find the fun. What would it look like if this was more fun? And what would this look like if it was more adventurous?
And can you successfully apply that to a family setting, a business setting, a day-to-day setting as
100%.
well?
Yeah, 100%. Like, especially in business, I think it's even more important for those two things. Which is why, like, Google and Facebook have bloody fireman's poles to get from one level to the other level, right? It's because, and even in your office here, you've got some games to play. I've seen around, like the shooting the hoops, and you've taken a serious business, Omnia. You're really making an impact on people, helping them perform better, and all that. And in the work environment, trying to get those clients and trying to deliver them all their programs it can be monotonous, and you're sitting on your computer and on Training Peaks and whatever. But you've now gone as a team working and as an office space. We're going to find the fun a little bit. Like, we're going to do that, and the companies where they have the least the least turnover of staff do that quite well. They suddenly go, like Joe Wicks, for example, quite a good example. He pays people 5 days a week, but they only work 4 days a week. Pays them full wage, and you have to. I think you have to go for a run on your lunch break for an hour. I don't know if you have to run because you could be injured, it could be cold, but you have to take an hour lunch break. Like, apparently he demands you take an hour lunch break. And I think they all do it together. Like, rings a bell, like, everyone leave your desk, get out. And I think that's a cool thing. I think people, again, adding the adventure to it and adding the fun to it without detracting from the goal. And what would this look like if it was more adventurous? Especially in business, I think it's even more important for those two things, which is why like Google and Facebook have bloody fireman's poles to get from one level to the other level, right? It's because companies where they have the least turnover of staff do that quite well. Joe Wicks, for example, pays people 5 days a week, but they only work 4 days a week, pays them full wage. And you have to go for a run on your lunch break for an hour. Apparently he demands you take an hour lunch break. I think they all do it together. Like rings a bell, like everyone leave your desk, get out. I think that's a cool thing, adding the adventure to it and adding the fun to it without detracting from the goal.